There is something happening in New England that goes far beyond a simple season result. And when you slow down and really look at the details, it becomes impossible not to get excited about what this team is building. The conversation around the Patriots has changed, and not because of hype or empty narratives, but because the numbers, the tape, and the context all point in the same direction. This roster is young. It is contributing early, and it is doing so in meaningful situations against real competition. That alone should make the rest of the league pay attention. One of the most telling indicators of this shift is the percentage of snaps taken by rookies on both offense and defense. When you compare teams across the league, you see a lot of franchises near the top of that list struggling to find stability or identity. But then, right there among the top few, you find New England. Nearly 1/5 of all offensive and defensive snaps were played by rookies, and that is not a cosmetic number. That means young players are not just filling in during garbage time. They're trusted, they're developed, and they're asked to execute in real moments. That kind of responsibility accelerates growth, and growth is exactly what this roster is showing week after week. There's also a financial and structural reality that comes with this approach. Rookies on their first contract producing at a high level give a team flexibility, breathing room, and options moving forward. It allows the front office to build strategically instead of reactively. More importantly, it builds a culture where players learn by doing, not watching from the sideline. When young talent gets thrown into the fire and survives, it comes out sharper, tougher, and more confident. That is how foundations are laid, and that is what this Patriots team is quietly doing. Up front, the offensive line tells one of the clearest stories of this youth movement. The first-round selection at tackle stepped into the lineup and immediately faced some of the most dominant pass rushers in football. Game after game, he was tested by elite competition, and the results speak volumes. Allowing only a handful of sacks over hundreds of snaps against the very best edge rushers is not just impressive for a rookie, it is rare. What stands out even more is the respect he earned from opponents, with defenders openly acknowledging his potential and competitiveness. That kind of validation does not come easily in this league. What makes that situation even more remarkable is what was happening next to him. On the left side of the line, two rookies started together for much of the season, both coming from top college programs and both adjusting on the fly to professional speed and complexity. That is a scenario that would terrify most coaching staffs, yet New England leaned into it. The result was not perfection, but it was progress, cohesion, and steady improvement. Every rep they took together added to a shared understanding that will pay off long after the season ends. In the backfield, another rookie emerged as a consistent and dynamic presence. From the moment he started seeing regular carries, his impact was undeniable. He ran with patience, burst, and vision, turning routine plays into chunk gains and consistently moving the chains. Finishing the season just shy of 1,000 rushing yards, while averaging over 5 yards per carry, is an outstanding accomplishment for any player, let alone a first-year contributor. Add in his ability to catch the ball and contribute through the air, and you see a complete offensive weapon who fits perfectly into modern football. Beyond the numbers, what stands out is his mindset. He has spoken openly about learning from veterans, embracing leadership, and understanding his role within the team concept. That humility and professionalism matter. It creates trust in the locker room and sets the tone for future seasons. When a young player produces while staying grounded, it sends a message that the culture is working. The receiving group also began to reveal new layers as the season progressed. One rookie wideout, in particular, showed flashes of explosive potential that defenses had to respect. His speed, body control, and ability to stretch the field added a vertical element that forced opponents to adjust coverage. When attention shifted toward established targets, he made them pay with timely catches and big moments. That kind of complementary threat is invaluable, especially when games tighten up and space becomes limited. What makes his emergence even more intriguing is how he fits into the bigger picture. With defenses already accounting for reliable veterans and tight ends in the middle of the field, a young receiver who can win downfield becomes a matchup problem. His ceiling feels high, and his confidence appears to be growing with every opportunity. Players like that often take a leap when the stakes rise, and that is something to watch closely as the season moves forward. Even among players who entered the league without much fanfare, contributions started to surface. An undrafted rookie found opportunities in limited snaps and made the most of them, showing reliable hands and the ability to find space. Those moments matter. They show that development is happening across the roster, not just at the top of the depth chart. When depth players begin to contribute, it strengthens the entire team and creates internal competition that raises the standard. On the defensive side of the ball, the youth movement has been just as impactful. A versatile safety quickly became a reliable presence, flying around the field, making tackles, and showing the instincts needed to thrive in multiple roles. Finishing near the top of the team in tackles as a rookie is no small feat, especially in a defense that asks a lot in terms of communication and adaptability. His growth has been steady, and his versatility adds flexibility to the entire secondary. Along the defensive front, young players rotated in and out, providing energy, pressure, and depth. Some flash pass rushing ability, others held firm against the run, and together they formed a unit that could sustain effort throughout games. Rotational pieces often go unnoticed, but their impact is felt over the course of season. Keeping veterans fresh while developing young talent is a balancing act, and New England managed it well. Even special teams saw contributions from rookies, including a long snapper who handled his responsibilities with consistency. Those roles may not generate headlines, but they are essential. Trust in those positions allows a coaching staff to focus on scheme and execution rather than worrying about fundamentals. When you step back and look at the entire picture, what stands out is not just individual performances, but the collective impact of so many first-year players contributing in different ways. Some started, some rotated, some filled niche roles, but all added value. That is not accidental. It speaks to preparation, evaluation, and a clear vision from the top down. Around the league, teams notice this kind of turnaround. Building competitiveness this quickly, with this many young players involved, is not easy. It raises questions in other front offices about process, philosophy, and execution. How do you identify the right talent, put them in positions to succeed, and accelerate their development without sacrificing competitiveness? New England appears to have found an answer, and the results are unfolding in real time. There is still more to unpack, especially as the focus shifts deeper into meaningful games and tougher environments, where health, resilience, and execution are tested even further. Injuries are part of the reality at this stage, and hearing players commit to pushing through and contributing says a lot about the mentality of this group. Getting valuable reps, even while managing physical challenges, can make a difference when every detail matters. This Patriots team may not be perfect, and it may still be evolving, but the direction is clear. The youth is not overwhelmed, the moment is not too big, and the foundation being built feels real. As more eyes turn toward New England, the narrative continues to shift from skepticism to curiosity, and from curiosity to respect, with plenty still left to unfold. As the spotlight grows brighter, what becomes increasingly clear is how intentional every layer of this roster construction has been. This is not a team surviving on a handful of stars masking structural flaws. This is a group that is learning how to win together through repetition, accountability, and real exposure to high-pressure situations. When young players are trusted early, they either shrink or they rise, and the Patriots rookies have overwhelmingly chosen the second path. One of the most impressive aspects of this development has been how seamlessly these first-year players have been integrated into complex roles. On offense, protections, route adjustments, and situational awareness are areas where rookies typically struggle. Yet time and time again, New England's young contributors have shown poise beyond their experience. That does not mean mistakes have vanished, but it does mean those mistakes are becoming teaching moments instead of recurring problems. You can see it in cleaner execution, fewer mental errors, and a growing confidence that shows up late in games. That confidence is especially noticeable when the game tightens and the margin for error disappears. In close contests, the Patriots have leaned on young players in crucial moments, whether it is pass protection on a third down, hitting the right hole in the running game, or maintaining leverage on defense. These are moments that define careers early. Being trusted in those situations accelerates learning in ways practice never can, and it forges a mindset that carries over season after season. Defensively, the communication among the younger players has steadily improved. Early in the year, there were moments of hesitation, a step late here or a missed assignment there. As the season progressed, those moments became rarer. The defense began to flow faster, react instead of think, and play with the kind of controlled aggression that defines effective units. When rookies reach that stage within their first professional season, it signals strong coaching and a willingness to adapt schemes to player strengths. The versatility shown by several of these defenders has also expanded what the Patriots can do schematically. Safeties who can rotate down into the box or cover tight ends, linemen who can shift between roles, and linebackers who can disguise intentions all add layers of complexity for opposing offenses. This flexibility is especially valuable against experienced quarterbacks who thrive on identifying tendencies. Young players capable of executing multiple responsibilities give the defense a higher ceiling. Another element that cannot be overlooked is how these rookies are responding physically to the demands of a full professional season. The grind of preparation, travel, recovery, and weekly intensity wears down even veterans. For first-year players to maintain effectiveness deep into the season shows that conditioning, recovery habits, and mental resilience are being emphasized from day one. That kind of foundation often separates short-term flashes from long-term contributors. On the offensive side, the chemistry between young linemen, runners, and receivers has continued to evolve. Timing routes, trust in blocking schemes, and understanding defensive adjustments all require shared experience. Each week, that shared experience grows. Plays that once looked hesitant now look decisive. Reads are made faster, cuts are sharper, and spacing improves. These are subtle changes, but they accumulate into meaningful progress. The growth of the running game, in particular, has helped stabilize the offense. Consistent production on early downs creates manageable situations and keeps the entire playbook available. For a rookie runner to shoulder that responsibility while maintaining efficiency is significant. It allows the offense to control tempo, protect leads, and reduce pressure on other areas. When a young back proves reliable, it changes how defenses approach every snap. Meanwhile, the passing game continues to benefit from emerging threats who force defenses to respect the entire field. When speed and vertical ability are present, coverage becomes more honest. Safeties hesitate, corners give cushion, and windows open underneath. A rookie receiver who can stretch the field does not need massive volume to change a game. Sometimes his value lies in the attention he commands, freeing others to operate more effectively. Depth has also become a quiet strength. Players who were initially expected to develop slowly have been called upon due to injuries or rotations and have delivered solid performances. That readiness reflects preparation and buy-in. It suggests that practice reps are taken seriously across the roster and that players understand their opportunities can come at any moment. Teams that succeed over time are rarely the healthiest. They're the most prepared. Special teams contributions from young players further reinforce that culture. Reliability in those phases is often overlooked until it fails. Having rookies handle those roles cleanly builds trust and keeps games from swinging on avoidable errors. It also reinforces the idea that every role matters, regardless of spotlight. Before we continue, don't forget to subscribe to Patriots Hub and give this video a like. Your support helps us keep delivering the latest updates on our New England Patriots. And don't be shy. Share your thoughts on the news in the comments below. Whispers around the league are growing louder, and they all seem to point in the same intriguing direction. The New England Patriots could be positioning themselves for a bold move that would instantly reshape their offense. The name circulating in executive suites and locker room corridors is Nick Chubb, a running back whose reputation speaks for itself and whose potential arrival would signal a clear philosophical statement from the franchise. The idea of Chubb wearing Patriots colors feels almost too perfect for a team long associated with physical football, discipline, and punishing opponents between the tackles. Sources close to the situation suggest that New England has been exploring ways to restore fear into its ground game, and few players in the league embody consistency and power the way Chubb does. Even as speculation, the mere possibility has already sparked debate about how such a move could transform the backfield into one of the most imposing units in football. Chubb's running style seems tailor-made for cold weather battles and long, grinding drives. The Patriots have often relied on committee approaches, but insiders hint that this time the vision could be different. The concept being floated is a true centerpiece back, someone capable of controlling tempo, protecting the quarterback, and forcing defenses to commit extra bodies to the box. In that scenario, play-action opportunities would naturally follow, opening space across the field. There are, of course, questions. Cap flexibility, roster balance, and long-term planning all factor into whether this rumor becomes reality. Yet New England has never shied away from surprising the league when it believes the timing is right. Executives around the NFL privately acknowledge that pairing the Patriots system with a runner of Chubb's caliber could quickly change how opponents prepare for them. For now, nothing is official, and silence from both camps only fuels curiosity. Still, the thought alone is enough to energize a fan base eager for a return to dominance. If this speculation gains traction, the Patriots' backfield may soon be discussed not just with respect, but with genuine apprehension. That's it for this update. If you enjoyed the video and want to stay updated with exclusive news about our New England Patriots, be sure to subscribe to Patriots Hub and hit that like button. We can't wait to hear your thoughts in the comments. See you in the next video.